Welcome to Many Magical Tales, short stories for kids by Christopher Durr. Thank you for joining us on another adventure.
The Arctic Hare and the Northern Lights by Christopher Durr. It was Christmas Eve, and in the Arctic Circle, a little bunny, well, to be specific, an Arctic hare. This hare's name was Hopper. Hopper was extremely curious and always wanted to know why things were the way they were. He would drive his friends crazy when they just wanted to play around in the snow. He was asking them things like, "What do you think snow's made of, and why does it fall from the sky? Isn't it weird that our fur is the same colour as the snow? But when summer comes, we change colour. What's that all about? Isn't that kind of weird?" His friends always replied the same way, "I have no idea, Hopper, and I'm not concerned about it, and I'm not sure why you are." But the little hare was concerned about everything. He wanted to know how everything worked and why it worked the way it did. The biggest mystery to Hopper was the Northern Lights. He loved the Northern Lights. Many nights he would find himself just staring up for hours, wondering what it is that made the sky do that with such beautiful colours. Where do these lights come from? They're beautiful, but I don't know why they're here. I need to find out where these lights are coming from. This Christmas Eve night, an idea occurred to Hopper. Maybe something Santa was doing in the North Pole was causing these lights to appear in the sky. Santa was magic, and these lights certainly seemed magical. It was his lucky night. Usually, he would go most nights without seeing anyone, but tonight seemed especially busy. The first animal he ran into was none other than a reindeer or a caribou, whichever you prefer. Hopper was excited. He said, "Oh, perfect, I'm so glad to see you. I have an important question, please. I just need an answer." The reindeer said, "I will answer if I can, but I'm really in a hurry. I have somewhere I need to be. Do you know if Santa is the one that causes these lights in the sky?" The reindeer looked at the sky and looked down at the Arctic hare and replied, "You know, to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure." Then he kept walking on his way. It wasn't long before something flew overhead. Hopper shouted up, "Hey you, I have a question. Can you please help?" The large snowy owl landed right before Hopper. The owl said, "Aren't you awfully brave, drawing attention to yourself in the snow? I didn't even notice you were there until you started yelling." Hopper said, "I need to know what makes the lights in the sky. They're beautiful and it's driving me crazy, not knowing why they're there. Do you know why they're there?" The owl pondered and answered, "They're there because where else would they be?" The answer confused Hopper, and he said, "No, I just want to know what causes them or who makes them. Are they from Santa or something else?" The owl just replied, "Something else," and then flew off. Well, if he's telling the truth, that narrows it down to what I don't know, but not Santa, I guess. It wasn't long after the owl flew away that an Arctic fox came along. This fox knew Hopper, and for being a predator and possible prey, they got along pretty well. This fox's name was Jasper, and Jasper said,
"Hello, Hopper. Merry Christmas. How are you doing tonight? It's beautiful out, isn't it?"
Hopper said, "Well, to be honest with you, Jasper, I'm quite frustrated. It's driving me crazy. I just want to know what's causing the beautiful lights in the sky. What are they here for? Where do they come from? To be honest, it's my Christmas wish just to get an answer. That's all I want is an answer." Jasper looked at the sky and thought to herself,
"It really is a beautiful sky."
She said,
"I know someone who could tell you exactly what they are. Just follow me."
The two walked in the snow for a couple of miles until they reached a big, giant wall. The fox found a door, then tapped it with her nails. They waited a couple of minutes and then the door opened. On the other side was a friendly, short gnome. The gnome said,
"Jasper, how are you? I haven't seen you in such a long time. How has everything been?"
Jasper replied,
Very, very good, William. Can you please bring me to the boss? I have a couple of questions that this rabbit would love to ask."
The gnome replied,
"He's very, very busy and about to leave."
Jasper replied,
"Oh, this will only take a second, I promise."
The gnome said,
"Very well, follow me."
The two followed the gnome as he walked to the centre of a little town that was lit up with red and white Christmas lights. Hopper said, "Wow, Are we inside the North Pole? The fox said,
Yes, we are, and I'm surprised you've never been here before.
The rabbit said, No, I haven't, but I wish I had. This is amazing. Just then, they spotted an old man with a big beard. He laughed and said,
I heard that you have something to ask me. What is it, my friends?
Jasper told Hopper to go ahead and ask his question, but before he could, Santa said,
I know what you're going to ask. In fact, you said it was your Christmas wish to know. You want to know what are the lights in the sky that glow green, blue, pink, red, and purple, and ripple across the sky sometimes.
Hopper just looked up at the old man and said, Yes, I love them. They're very beautiful, but I don't know what they are, and it drives me crazy. All I want to know is, what are they? Where do they come from? Why are they here? Santa just chuckled and said,
These are called aurora borealis, also known as the northern lights. They are caused by particles coming from the sun and hitting the Earth's atmosphere. When the particles hit the atmosphere, it causes this beautiful light show.
Hopper just looked wide-eyed. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so very much. Thank you for telling me. Now, I know I could go and tell all my friends. I'm sure they'll want to hear all about it. Thank you again, and have a safe flight and a Merry Christmas. Santa gave them both a little pat on the head and told them,
Merry Christmas.
And then walked off toward his sleigh. The fox and the hare both walked back to where the little hare originally came from. Thank you, Jasper, for bringing me here and bringing me to Santa. You've made my Christmas wish come true. Good night and Merry Christmas. The little hare scooted off back toward his home. On his way, he saw his friends and told them what he had learned. His friend said, Yeah, that's pretty cool, Hopper, but Hopper, I have no idea what an atmosphere is. Then Hopper started thinking to himself, Yeah, good question. What is an atmosphere? The end. Thank you for listening to The Arctic Hare and the Northern Lights, presented by Many Magical Tales, written and produced by Christopher Durr. Have a Merry Christmas!